Now, imagine being born into this country called Sudan. Now, imagine being born into a nomadic society, and your job as that boy was to tend the herd of the cows. And now imagine your mother and sisters at home fetching water and preparing meals during the day. And all of a sudden, you hear a loud popping sound. And you turn and look and see where the loud popping sound coming from. And all you can see is a smoke coming from your village. And you are just wondering, what's happening? There's no way of communication at that time. What happened to your parents? What happened to your friends? What happened to the relative? And the terror consumes you. You're so afraid to what happened to you now. And as you realize, the only known living relative with you is your cousin. And as days goes by, 1 day became 2 days, 2 days became 3 days. And as you can see, it's the other boys gathering together. And what you realize, you keep asking your cousin, are we going home? Are we coming back to the village? Until when he tells you that, no, there's no more home. And what you realize is to walk to this country called Ethiopia. And they call it Ethiopia at that time because you don't know what Ethiopia is. What you realize is you start walking and you don't have food, and by the way, you don't have shoes on your toe, and you don't have all these shoes that you can walk on. By the way, you don't have car. By the way, you have nothing. You don't have horses. And you start walking. And every day you walk and walk and walk, just stopping only to eat. And when you think the enemy is not behind you, imagine you're being chased by your enemy. And by the way, they want you dead. They want you dead. And they are coming with a full force. Not only with their guns or AK-47, they are coming with their tanks. They are coming with their airplane. And, oh, by the way, you have to worry about the lion eating you at night, all the wild animal. You have to worry about what you're going to eat tomorrow. Drinking your own urine, eating mud just to survive. After 5 long months of walking, what you realize is your skin is no longer shine anymore. You couldn't even recognize who you are. Your beautiful skin no longer shine. And all you can see is your skin and bone. All you can see is your skin and bones. And your muscle has disappeared from your eyes. Again, what you can see is your skin and bones. And by the way, you are relying on your cousin just to carry you to survive. On your way walk, imagine you have arrived to this place they call Ethiopia. People are everywhere. And your enemy can no longer harm you. And you just made it, but there's more problems. Diseases. People were dying from diseases. People were dying from hunger. People were dying from just simple as they lost their loved one, their friends. Now you are 8 years old. And as you stay in Ethiopia, you think that was where you're going to stay. But after 2 years, you were informed that now you have to leave this country because Ethiopia has their own civil war. And you were like saying, no, I can't go back because my enemy are waiting at the other side. Until one day when they force you by the gunpoint. Until one day when they came with their tank and forced you. And now you are back to the danger zone. That's the only way you could go is through South Sudan. And as you were coming, you encounter this river. Now I want you, as you can picture in this river. In this river, there are many things that you worry about. The Ethiopian government shooting at you. And as you try to cross, there's crocodiles eating you. On the left side of you or right side, people are being eaten by crocodiles. And by the way, you don't know how to swim. And when you do swim, your fellow boys jump on top of you, thinking they will be able to cross you to the other side. But many people didn't make it. But you did. About 2,000 people die in this river. But you were the lucky one to make it across. And then you finally made it back to South Sudan that you just fled 2 years ago. And your enemy knows now that you are back, so they came after you with a full force. And when they came with the full force, they want to kill you and finish you off. And later you have learned that your mother and your father has been murdered, and your sister is still in slavery. And you said, God, what's next? What are we going to do? So you start to walking again to this country called Kenya. And you walk and walk and walk, just stopping to eat. And when you think the enemy is not following you, and you don't know what to do. How long will it take, God? How long should we walk? How many miles should we keep walking? Some of you or your friends are saying, God, just kill me now. But you keep walking. And you finally arrived at another refugee camp in Kenya. People were everywhere. Everywhere. 120,000 people were there. And you stay there for the next decade. You're hoping that one day, you will be able to go back home. But you spend the next decade there, relying on the United Nations food. Every 14 days, they give you food. And when they don't give you food, you go hungry. And imagine being so hungry that you go blind temporarily. Now, you are a few years older now. And when you were told that you have to write a story about coming to America, and you have no idea where is America. And so you don't even know how to write, so your cousin has to help you writing this story. And imagine being told that you'll be flying by the plane for the first time. And as you come to this plane, you're so confused, food everywhere, butter and this, and you don't know what go where. And when the man is talking and you're saying, where is the man is talking from? You're so confused. Everything is so confused to you. And imagine you have arrived at this place called Michigan. Oh my God. You see this white stuff everywhere. And you start asking your foster family, what is this? And can you die from it? And by the way, you don't even know how to speak English very well, and you barely can communicate. And you start asking your foster family, mom, and said, if I go outside, would I die because of snow? And just in case I don't come back from high school, call 911. And everything is so confusing to you. You're watching a TV now, and on the TV you are seeing a cartoon saying, Hakuna Matata. And you were like, oh my God, I just live in Kenya. How do they know my language? And then everything is confusing to you. When it is 50 degrees, you think you are freezing. And imagine going to a high school and they give you this test that you have to take, and you don't even understand it because you haven't gone to school most of your life. And after that, you were placed as a freshman because you are 15 at that time. And you were being placed not because you're smart, but because you are 15, and we know the rule that in the United States, by the age of 18, you have to graduate, regardless of where you came from. Imagine going to a first class full of different background, and they were learning about Shakespeare, and they were saying, thou shalt, you know the story, and be aware of Macbeth. And I'm just like, what does that mean? And you work hard. Within 3 years, you were able to get your high school diploma. Once you get your high school diploma, you were so scared to even go to something called college because you did terribly at the ACT. And finally, you made it to college. And you majored in biology, joined your soccer team, and then every time you play Saturday game, you come back And at 3 a.m., you study organic chemistry. You know how fun it is with those students understand it. And then not only that, because of your background, where you came, you want to make a difference in people's life. And you talk to professors and people, people that put you on your wings, and they will do whatever it takes to go to the next level. And then you start your own nonprofit organization, and you graduate from college, and now you have your bachelor's. My name is Jacob Atem, and for you, and for me, I did not have to imagine. I did not have to imagine what I've gone through. I got my bachelor's at Spring Arbor University. I got my master's at Michigan State University, go Spartan. And now I am a PhD student here at the University of Forest, so go Gators. And so, but recently, for most people who know, the Republic of South Sudan just gained its independence, and we became 193rd country in the whole world. And this is a country that I lost my parents, and we are really passionate about it. And so for me, when I came to America, I'm blessed. I'm blessed like you. I eat 3 times a day. I don't have to drink my own urine. So what do I have to do? Watching Gators and watching this, so I wanted to make a difference. And this is where I started a nonprofit organization called Southern Sudan Healthcare Organization. I co-found with one of my friends. His name is Luol Deng, and he lives in Michigan right now. And our aim is, as I just told you, South Sudan just became a new nation. And in a new nation, we're starting from scratch. From scratch. We don't have health care. We don't have anything. And so for me, we just recently, as you can see, we just recently built a health clinic in Mar, South Sudan. We did phase 1, it's completely done. I'm so appreciative of that. Phase 2, now we are actually sending a medical container from Chicago to Mombasa, to Juba, to my village. And so that's my calling. And just to come to the conclusion is, I just told you about where I came from. And despite of where I came from, you are sitting here, you might be a student, Ben did this exercise before, you are grandpa of this, but I don't know what is your calling. And for me, for what I have gone through, I'm real appreciative of life. And for you, as you are here today, most American, come on, you'll be watching football and do something else, but for you to, matter of fact, be here today, that means you are curious, and that's who I am sometimes. I'm always curious, and you can ask my wife and say, is he always curious? Yes, I always want to know what's going on. In your life, you might be a student. I could relate to you. How many students are here? Okay, I want you to say, I want you to keep raising your hand. I, so-and-so and so, will finish college or not drop out of college because Jacob did not. And I tell you this because I could say, I'm never meant for college, but despite of that, here I am in a great university. I don't know what is your calling. It doesn't have to be helping me or helping other organizations, but it can start now in student, in everybody. You have to know your calling. And for me, I'm appreciative of those people around me. For example, my cousin. If my cousin hasn't carried me, where would I be today? Today I go and eat 3 times a day. I eat like American. I'm proud American. But I'm reflecting back of where I came from. I'm so appreciative of life. And I don't know what's your calling. And so that's one thing I want to challenge today. Not only be appreciative of your own life, but what can you do to impact other person? What can you do to help other people? There's people in my life, including my wife, that I always go to and ask for help. So with that being said, I want you to find your calling and help other people. And for me, I wouldn't be today without God helping me. I just want to conclude that there's this one scripture of my favorite, said, for whom much is given, much is required. And here I am, just being blessed with all this. So who am I to be in America, now returning back to give to my country? And that is just always draw me in tears, because many of my friends died. We started out with 30,000. It was cut in half by the time we reached Ethiopia, cut in half. And we started 30,000, 12,000 make it. But the question is, why me? And God has a purpose for me. And that's the difference that I want to make. Now, I want to do this exercise. There are 4 things that I keep telling myself because people will start discouraging you, and they did to me too. Oh, you will never go to college. You will never do this. You will never start your nonprofit organization. But there are 4 things that I tell myself that I am strong, I am powerful, I overcome, and I'm a leader. Somebody will tell you that you're not. These 4 things impact me, and I tell myself every time. So as of right now, I want to do this quick exercise. And if everybody can get on their feet, you can get up. And as you're getting up, I would love you to close your eyes. And as you're closing your eye, repeat after me these 4 words. And as you are repeating after me, I'm going to start slowly, slowly, and we want this room to be on fire. And by the way, I'm the only one person, so you better be louder than me. So and then you start say slowly and say, I am strong. I am powerful. I overcome. I am a leader. I am strong. I am powerful. I overcome. I am a leader. I am strong. I am powerful. I overcome. I am a leader. You just told yourself that you are a leader, and that's what it is. And for me, I just want to say, people have been calling me lost boy, lost this. But for me, I was never lost from God. And I just want to say thank you.